By the end of the war, Liverpool had suffered much damage from the Blitz, and much of its remaining housing stock was poor and considered slums. In an effort to improve these conditions, Liverpool Corporation began a policy of buying land in the surrounding areas and moving industry and people to newly developed overspill estates. This process culminated with the purchase of over 4,000 acres of land, including Kirby, from the Earl of Sefton in 1947 for £375,000. Kirby would become the largest of these overspill estates for Merseyside. In 1949, Liverpool's large-scale development began with the construction of the South Dean neighbourhood. Children from Millbrook Community School, Eastcroft Park School, St Lawrence's Catholic School, Northwood Community Primary School, Kirby C of E Primary School, Kirby High School and All Saints Catholic High School came together to listen to the story of what life was like during this time, when thousands of families moved from the city to start a new life in Kirby Town.
Derelict sites like this, with bricks and rubbish, are everywhere. Most are waiting for industrial redevelopment. You'll get a belt from your dad. Many have been in this condition for years. The whole area is a dangerous kind of adventure playground for the kids. They call it playing on the Debbie or down the Oller.
It was dark and damp, and we lived next door to a bomb site. 2 houses had been bombed in the war. So we had cockroaches and horrible mice and things. It was horrible. I hated it.
I lived in Liverpool. We lived in one room and we had to do everything in that one room. We had to eat, sleep, live, everything.
Over 2 years, the place has become infested with rats and flies.
They were overcrowded there. We all lived with me nan. My nan lived in the basement. My family lived on the first floor. My aunties, 2 aunties lived above us. 2 different sets of families. It was like 4 families living in the one house.
We had a backyard and you had to go down the backyard in the dark, freezing cold, to the toilet that was outside. We had no bathroom. We had no hot water. You used to have to, when you wanted a bath, you had to have a tin bath, bring it in, put it in front of the fire and fill it up with water.
No carpets or nothing like that. You had lino on the stairs and wooden floors up in the bedrooms.
I sometimes had to stay with my auntie because there was no room. We used to have 4 in a bed, so it's 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top and tail. That's what we used to have to do. But so I used to stay in my auntie's when her husband went away to sea.
Sometimes, too, the smell from the factories is vile. As families move out, rubbish is left uncollected.
And we actually moved on a coal wagon, the furniture from Stevenson Street to here. All the furniture that we had, what little we had, was put on the back of a coal wagon.
At the age I did, I was 4, it was like a big adventure, because I was even allowed to ride in the removal van with all the furniture in this massive big wagon.
Well, we had to hire a van. And then when we came up to the house, there was hardly, they were still building the rooms.
When we first came here, we were in the back of the removal van, as I remember, which was a big van with an open, like a drop tail gate, and we were in the back. Wouldn't be allowed these days because there was no seat. We didn't have a seat or seatbelt. We were just standing up in the back amongst all the furniture. And we came, and there were just rows and rows and rows of houses, and like the roads were built, but there were no pavements, just like heaps of mud.
We are here today at Liverpool Museum to learn about the history of Kirby.
He walked inside, put his finger in the ice and didn't venture on. He came back to never look another in the eye the same way again. She walked inside, put his finger in the ice.
John Conti was a world champion boxer from Kirby. Paul Hodgkinson was a world champion boxer from Northwood, Kirby.
All the people in these houses, there'd be about 30 houses along there and about 30 along there, and they had 2 toilets to share. Are you going to be brave enough to open the toilet door?
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Oi, clear off, can you see I'm busy?
Oh, there's somebody in there, you better get out quick.
When we first moved up here, you could go out your front door of a morning and there'd be sheep running round. There was no shops, there was no schools, no police stations, there wasn't a post office.
Everything was just dusty. It reminded me a little bit of being in the Wild West.
There was West Vale, Northwood and South Dean, and each area had 1 policeman. There was 1 policeman on a bike.
We were living in it like a new world. Like I was living on a new planet.
Farmers' fields, food for all. Okay. Because my mum used to say to us, go over to the farmer's field and get some spuds. Get some for Mrs. Hall as well underneath. Or carrots or whatever was growing at that time. And it was like it was our adventure playground as well, because when there was growing wheat there, it was brilliant. That's where we used to play all the time.
I was elated because I had a house of my own.
And your own bedrooms, you know. We didn't, but we did. Too many of us.
I was the best. Now you're coming into my forte. God, you used to go down there, sometimes after school in the summer, but Sundays was great. And you'd have people, they'd be all down there jumping the odds. I don't know, you'd probably need Daley Thompson to actually jump across there now, or you'd have to pole vault it, but we did.
And some of your friends would go home with 1 shoe because they'd stood in the olds and foot stuck in the mud and they'd lost the shoe and had to go home with 1 shoe.
We played games like you will, jumping across who got the furthest. I could jump them days.
Yeah.
We used to swing on the lamppost with a skipping rope. We played British Bulldog, hide and seek.
Galalio, catch the girl, kiss the girl.
And was you successful at that?
No, not much. No, not much.
Oh, we had a funny lady that had an handcart, lived facing us, Janie. And she used to enjoy herself of a weekend, and I don't know where she found the booze from, but she'd come down the street singing. All the husbands she'd married about 4 times. She used to sing about them.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And we used to have the coal fires then.
Yeah.
And he'd be lucky if he got up to a pair of shoes in the morning, because my dad used to try and light the fire, and he could never hardly. 1 minute we'd have liner on the floor, the next minute he'll be gone. He'll be on the fire, trying to get it going, you know. Remember all that tune?
Yeah, very good, we do, yeah.
You'd go, miss my shoes.
Yeah, any old shoes got burnt.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
The radio program we had. Remember
the
that?
was posh.
Yeah. The house was posh, but the radio program was there. You left the window open, and everyone in the street was dancing and singing to the radio.
But it was a fantastic time, and people were so good. It was tough, but people were so kind. Anything that happened, I can remember everybody, and they used to come round and they'd collect to go on we would call it a charter, now you used to call them a coach, and we would go off up to Southport, and every road did these kind of things, so community-based was absolutely wonderful.
Where are you from? Kirby. Where are you from? Kirby. Whereabouts? Dean. We're from Northwood.
It just goes straight from the time scene
where
into
are
the
we?
next scene.
Where are we? I have no idea. I'm Tommy and I'm 12. I'm Brendan and 10. I'm Sam and 10. We're twins. The family council. The one is moved to Foreign Land.
After talking to the older community and visits to and from the Liverpool Life Museum, the children got to work making the mosaics themselves.
The idea for the flower came from meeting with local residents and seeing what sort of ideas they would want for a piece of artwork to go into their area. And through our workshops, the idea of a flower kept coming up because we found that it was a good metaphor for how Kirby started from nothing but has grown into something substantial which stands on its own.
On them photographs, it's just like the old market, you know, when we used to do our shopping, walk around down there, and
Well, the very top one on the right-hand corner is Champford Road, Organic. I have 3 children in it. And in the background, you can see me either paying the milkman or paying the gas man or paying somebody.
I think it's good because it shows people, like the community, the whole community of Kirby being together, and it's a good experience to see.
It made me think about what's really changed and about how much it has actually changed.
My town is still Kirby, and to see some of the pictures on that and having a look at it, even searching for people that I know, that I knew throughout my early days here at Kirby, because it was a most magnificent place. The community spirit was second to none. And it's an absolute pleasure just to have a look at it and go back, because it shares so many memories with so many people.